All right, we're going to be shifting focus to some breaking news that's coming in. We're learning that an internal meeting of the Congress to discuss UCC is going to be taking place, but mostly they want to wait for the government's bill first. This meeting will focus on inputs that they've received. Some minorities, tribals, women, they have been having these meetings. Remember, as of now, the Congress, the Grand Old Party, has not yet clarified their stance on the Uniform Civil Code. Remember, over 10 plus parties are against it, but the Congress has, again, not yet put their foot into being either for it or against it. This breaking input is about how an internal meeting of the Congress is going to be discussing the Uniform Civil Code. But again, they're going to wait for the government's bill. We're crossing over to our senior editor, Pallavi Ghosh, for more on this. Pallavi, over to you.
So there have been routine meetings which have been taking place within the Congress party because clearly they understand that at the parliament session, if the government comes out with a bill, they'll have to make their stand clear. But what Congress has made it very categorical to us is that we are waiting for the final shape of the bill. It's only when we look at the bill will we can take a stand on that. There are concern areas, for example, which we've been talking about really, Aisha, as far as the minorities are concerned. The proposal that the age limit needs to be kind of tweaked uniformly. But many in the minority section are worried about the fact that this is an intrusion into their personal laws, into personal religious beliefs and practices. And similar is a concern as far as some of the tribal areas are concerned. We know like Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh are going to elections. They do have a substantial amount of tribal population. Congress wouldn't want to rock the boat at this point of time. But these are early days yet. The party clearly doesn't want to take a stand now till they don't look at the final contours of the bill. There are already voices within the party, however, who are opposing it. For example, Manish Tiwari has gone on record to say it is a polarizing bill. But we also, as reported earlier, you have the minister in the Himachal government, which is a Congress government, already backing the bill, only accusing the BJP of using it at the timing because they want to polarize.
Well, do we have any details about who all are going to be taking part in this meet? Are we going to be expecting leaders from state units of the Congress to also be taking part? How big is this internal meeting going to be?
I mean, these have been routine meetings. It's not the first of its kind, and there will be many more such meetings. There's also a parliamentary committee meeting which is coming up. So the usual stakeholders, representatives of the party in the various states, state in charges, all of them are discussing amongst themselves, and they are going to give an input finally to the Congress president. But as I said, I mean, the legal opinions also which are being sought within the party as well. And it's only finally after that, final call will be taken only once that bill comes up.
Now, considering that the Congress wants to wait for the government's bill first, and the assumption is that it's likely to be introduced in the monsoon session of Parliament, of course, there's no confirmation on that. Sorry, continue with what you were saying.
Don't think we can connect the Congress is wanting to make up its mind to the government bringing in, because see, the government also has to meet up with all the stakeholders. First of all, the Law Commission's deadline ends sometime in the mid of July. So they'll have to wait for that. Apart from that, the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Law is also going to be meeting on 3rd July. And what kind of voices come there? The concerns within the Congress are also some of the concerns within the BJP as well. As I mentioned, some of the tribal pockets, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh. The BJP is also equally a stakeholder here like the Congress party. They wouldn't want to ruffle the feathers. One thing the Prime Minister is very clear of is that it's required for women empowerment. The thing is that, like the triple talaq, this bill also he feels one nation, one law, kind of unanimity. No one should be left out, whether it's the property rights of women, whether it's the right marriage age, because the Sharia allows a 13-plus girl to get married legally. It is seen as a health problem also, because if they become mothers at a very young age, there are genetic problems for the mother and the child and so on and so forth. And I think the Prime Minister made it very clear when he was in Madhya Pradesh last that the reason for the UCC is precisely this.
All right, Pallavi, thank you for giving us those details.